All right. Thanks for coming, everybody. Let me get this thing kicked off. And just to show the change, we went back to the old homepage here. And this is what you're all seeing now. It made me think of Julie Andrews. I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and bright. Amanda's probably too young for that. A little West Side Story.
Sounds familiar, I think.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to do a recap of this year, along with going over some of these new features just to get you a little more used to using them. You are going to love them. I know it's a crazy change, and it's the middle of the summer, so it's hard for you to change immediately. 98.4% or so of the feedback has been very, very good. I know some people dislike it more because of the drastic change, but that is also why we allow you to click on the old homepage. At a certain point, and this point is months and months away, we will completely get rid of the old homepage. There will be no more option to go to it, but you don't have to worry about that for now at all. We'll give you tons of notice beforehand. And that's where I want to start here, is to show you how simple this is to use and why we did it. So one, people have asked us forever for a customized dashboard. That is what this is, okay? It is any report that you want for whatever your job is, right? Because it's tied to your username. You're gonna have that when you log into Dataforma, right? So you just set up all of these widgets. It's so simple. And we start with the tabs. Do not worry about what our tabs read, okay? Home, sales, production, service, right? It doesn't matter. You can change that. If you have 5 departments or 5 locations at your company, you can change that to read and mimic those departments or locations. You can currently have 9 widgets on each one of these tabs. We're going to increase that to 12. So I can't think of you would be needing more reports. Plus, when you go into a module, so maybe this is on the homepage, my overview of sales, right? But when I click on the sales module, when I click on soon here in a month, the work order module, the projects module, you have more reports and more dashboards. So it's almost impossible for me to think that you can't have enough dashboards. And I'm sure people are going to play with it, but this is, when I log in, I know everything I need to know. And what's cool is we got some great feedback. So we are going to allow for like an auto refresh on these. I think we're going to lean toward, but it isn't set in stone, but we're leaning towards every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes, there's going to be an auto refresh, or you could always force a refresh, but it will just refresh for you so you have new data when you're looking at this. That was a really good idea from a bunch of our customers. Also realize that with these widgets, so think of a widget and a report as the same exact word, okay? You can have this same widget as many times as you want, right? If I want to see, like I'm the service manager, here's all of my service tickets, but maybe here's all of my technicians. I can have the same report, but we made it for each one of these people. Right? You can have the same report multiple times. There's no cap to it. You can have it an infinite number. You could do every single report with the same report if you wanted to for some reason. But I just want you to see that it's as simple as hitting edit dashboard, right? So we can change the dashboard name. Or if I want to add a widget, just hit add widget. Here's all of the ones that are available. And you see a bunch are say coming soon. We're going to light up a new widget about every 2 weeks. So these are all ones we know we're doing. We're still taking more ideas. We're going to cap the number of widgets, and I'll explain why at the end of this. We're going to cap the number of widgets eventually, but we're still getting some really good ones. There's a couple we just didn't think of that should have been in there, but just know that every 2 weeks you're getting new widgets. And then so you can see how this works. When you put a widget on there, it is so incredibly simple to say, I'm just trying to find one that I want to do. So here's like work orders for Chuck, right? All I have to do is hit the little gearbox and I can change division, department, location, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, who this is showing. It's that simple to customize that widget. So everyone, I know when you see it, like, oh my God, it's a whole new homepage. It's totally different. It's taking me forever. It'll take you about 6 minutes to set up your dashboard, right? I guarantee you change it over a couple weeks, but you're absolutely gonna do this quicker than you think. But again, we're not gonna force you onto it right away. Another thing about the homepage, you see here we have the left navigational menu. So you still have all the old features, right? I can just click on it, it pops it up. We're starting to finally eliminate all those tabs. It'll take time to deprecate all of them, but I think in the end we want no more than like 3 tabs open at a time. And that's why we're using all the modal stuff that you've seen. But when I'm searching on this homepage, so I can start typing Hampton Inn, see how it's defaulting to all? So it's searching across the entire database. Right? And these are showing up, the different modules are showing up alphabetically. Now, if you have a huge database, sometimes that takes longer to search. You can immediately just click on buildings. So as soon as you type Hampton or before you type a letter, click on buildings. That will make your search a lot quicker. We're also implementing a new tool that's going to make that loading a lot quicker for you as is. So we saw that for some of we have a couple, giant clients. And it takes longer, so we're going to make sure that goes faster for you. But it's cool because everyone wanted that search bar to search across the entire database, and now it does that. So the dashboards, again, call in if you need to, and we'll help you set them up. Like we'll be on the phone and set them up for you. But all of the functionality is here, and it takes only a few minutes for you to customize what needs to be done. Now, I also wanted to touch on, since this got released, I just wanted you guys to see, you can click on this help link, and we have this product roadmap now. One, if you've not used this help center, we spent a ton of time on it. It's really, really helpful now. Like if you maybe you don't like talking to us, you can just type in widget, and then here's the user guide on how to set up widgets. What do these widgets do? How does it pull data? So all of the underlying data is explained here for you. So our staff, again, we do things a little bit different than most software companies. We actually have people that answer the phone that are live human beings, and they're part of, they're actually Dataforma employees. We have our own programmers. They're not outsourced. They all live, well, not all, but most in Pennsylvania. They're all direct Dataforma employees. And we have our own QA team that's in-house that only works for Dataforma. So they do all this really cool stuff for you guys. We're starting to add more and more videos to this collateral as well, so that you don't have to read it all. You can just click a button and there's a minute video that shows you how to do this. Amanda also added, you can see here, all of the videos, so all of these webinars, so there's an easy way to get to them. It probably links to our YouTube page. That's where we're dropping them now, but you can access them right here. And then the roadmap. So this is a really cool way for you to easily see, I should replace easily with quickly see, all of the new functionality we've pumped out. So if you were looking to connect our API to opportunities, that's now available, right? The drawing tool is in there. I talked to 4 or 5 customers last week that didn't know we had the ability to draw the roof sections now. And that's really cool because now when you drop a site tag, it knows which roof section that goes to because we've captured the GPS points with that drawing. And when we print a template, the drawing of that roof section can then print to wherever we're referencing that roof section on the template. There's the mobile work order calendar view now. So all of these different items, these are all things that got released. And then, like, what's coming out? And again, I don't like the game where people like, well, you said it was going to be on the 7th and it came out on the 10th. It's like, well, sometimes roofs get done late too. Sometimes my wife forgets to pick up the kids from school. I mean, stuff happens. I understand in the past there's been some issues. I am incredibly proud of the tech team and how on target they've been. So you can come in here and see what we're coming out with. So tons of people are excited for the maintenance contracts. We're going to look at it here in a minute. It'll be out like at the end of next month. We originally said November. We then edited that to like the end of July, and we grabbed a couple more items to throw in there. So it's back on track. It's not as late as we originally said, and it's not as early as we then amended it to, but it's coming out very soon. Also, for everyone that uses Sage Intacct, we are currently testing our direct integration with Sage Intacct. You're going to have, just like QuickBooks Online, you're going to have the same functionality. Invoices are created, they're pushed over there immediately. Cash receipts are made, they're pushed over immediately. We're also updating the QuickBooks Online integration where it's going to go two ways. So now you can mark it paid in QuickBooks, boom, it's marked as paid in Dataforma. We're going to have that in the Sage Intacct integration afterwards as well. Then we're going to incorporate labor, and that'll all be done in the next 6 months or so here. But Sage Intacct is in testing. You'll be able to use it by the end of August. So if you have Sage Intacct and you want to get it set up, just give us a call. Time card upgrades, here's that QBO labor. But this way, we tried to be more transparent with you guys. So you can actually click in here. Always call us. I love it when you call us. I love it when you email us. But if you just get tired or you don't feel like messing with me because I talk so much, you can totally come in here and see what we're saying we're building. So even here, mobile receipt reader. This is a really cool one. Walk and talk. So I can walk and do like a field report and just talk into the mobile app. Texting updates to customers. So this is all on the schedule for later this year. So I encourage you all to go in there and take a quick look at it. And then when you have some ideas about that stuff, a lot of that stuff is still in development, in early development. So there's some chance to make some minor changes to it. And I absolutely want to hear your feedback. Of course, the better way to give us that feedback, there's about 35 rooms left, I think, for our design summit. So, and the reason I bring that up is I think the hotel will give us more rooms, but I don't know that they will. And I don't know if they'll give them to us at that rate, because I think there's another event that's also occurring. So if you think you're coming, I would register, right? Even if we just think we're coming. So remember, it's at Torrey Pines. The hotel is really, really nice. It's actually on the golf course. So this is the hotel. This is the golf course. We have this discounted rate of under $400 a night. The way you're getting that is, you may see it's advertised more than that, but we're paying for the taxes and fees for the nights of the show. And you can even have our rate 3 days before and after the show. You have to pay the taxes and fees, so it's $100 more. But still, instead of $850 a night, you're paying like $480 a night. So absolutely come. I mean, we're definitely sticking with the format, and we have some tweaks to it to make it better. But we're going to show you the functionality we think we're building for next year. So AI is going to be a huge one. Here, actually, Amanda, send me, in case I don't have it, please send me the agenda. Here it is. I have it.
Okay.
Yeah. So Mark's going to talk at the beginning. I'll give him the secret signal to stop after like 30 minutes. And then we're going to start getting into it. So we're going to do the year in review with that. So basically, we're going to talk about all the stuff we did in 2026. And when we go into the breakout sessions, we're going to get feedback on it. Because I think, as I hope you guys have seen, we've already released 2 or 3 updates to the sales module. There's another one coming. We're going to update it like every 6 weeks until it's fully flushed out. This way, and we have more people using that than any new functionality that we've put out in the past, probably close to 10 years. But we're going to get your feedback so that we can keep working on it. So again, just like last year, it's let us show you some stuff and here's what we're thinking. And then you tell us all the stuff we forgot, right? So there'll be different sessions for you to directly fix it. And then we'll come back from the break and we'll show you some of the changes that we know we're making. Like we'll do it in the prototype in front of your very eyes. Then we're gonna, the next session of like, hey, what are we building right now? One of the biggest ones is this calendar. So one calendar, a lot of you have a ton of service trucks. You can't see where, all those people. Maybe we wanted to notify all the people on the crew and not just the people that are marked as the foreman, right? I want to see a project calendar and quickly and drag and drop. That is what this is going to be. It's our big project for Q1 of next year. And if you're at the summit, you get to give all of your feedback right then and there. And then again, there's a breakout session. So maybe I went to the sales breakout session, before. Now I want to go to the service and maintenance contracts to tell, Dataforma how I feel they did with that. Then we're going to have the big one in the afternoon, and day one is AI. I'm not going to show, there's a really, really cool AI tool in Dataforma that's live. I have not been able to talk to Mark to see if I can show it. I will try to show it next month, but you're going to use Dataforma or AI in Dataforma before the end of this year. And then you'll have it right around the time of the summit, so then we can talk about where else should we go with this. We've been in talks with a ton of different companies. We have a ton of ideas, but we want to hear what you guys want us to do. So this is why it's cool, because after the summit, we are going to set our agenda. Like once this thing is over, we'll probably debrief for a week or two as a company, and now we know what we're building for 2027. So tell the owners, like, this is your chance to get in there. And then all of you super users, it's your chance to be there with us and say, because you guys use it the most, here's where it could be easier, better, worse, etc. And then we're going to have our event. We took everyone's advice. We're ending a little bit early day one, right? We don't need to kill you all day. We can get through the topics we need to get to. We're going to shorten up the breaks. We're going to end around 3:34, so you have time to change and all that. And then we're either going to do like a chip and sip on the golf course as an event, or there's this really cool garage with old school cars they have in a bar. The benefit of that one, it's more downtown San Diego, so when everyone goes to dinner, you're right there downtown. And then the next day, we're going to end around 11:30 noon again, but we're going to do some more like API integrations talks, have some more breakout sessions, and then really just an open forum before we get out of there. So we got a really good response last year. We have probably already as many people registered this year as we had last year. I think we have room for, with 35 rooms, about 70 more people total. So, and also the cutoff date for the room rate is, because the event is October this year, it's like September 21st. So on September 22nd, the hotel has made it very clear, we don't care what you say to us. We're not giving you the discounted rate after the 21st. They're paying full price. So it should be great. I think it's fun. I know a bunch of people haven't registered yet that I've spoken to, so please do that as soon as you can. So the big one coming out in a month, I will do it one more time, is maintenance contracts. Of course, it's signed me out. Luckily, I have it, Amanda. Maintenance contracts. You'll have this in about a month. Maybe right after the September turns, though, because how we roll out the functionality. There's so many customers. We don't want to roll out everything at once, because if there is a bug, we can't have 17,000 people calling us at one time. So we roll it out to different sets of servers with different customers. And the first group of servers are people we're pretty sure aren't going to fire us. But all the cool stuff we talked about is in here. It's going to queue you when you're behind, right? When you look at an individual maintenance contract, the buildings, number of visits per building, total visits, what percent done are we, what's my profit on this? It's also going to show you associated work orders that you sold from this and additional revenue and profit. So you can see, like, yeah, here's what we did, but also we got $30,000 of work and $14,000 was profit. You can look at the individual buildings, right? And then see which building am I behind on. Again, the old Dataforma, we would have had to search for that. But now it just tells us, this one, look, this is the one. Based off of the length of this contract, the number of visits you said that has to occur in that time frame, and the number of visits that you've done with today's date, you are technically behind. And then it's going to help you schedule. It'll suggest a bunch of dates. You can pick the dates, like as they come up, it'll say this one needs to be scheduled, pick a date. There's going to be multiple ways to do it. So this one, I know people are itching for. You're going to have it in about a month's time. Now, today, I'm going to give you a sneak peek. And Amanda, I might need my GitLab stuff. Or send me
Okay. Yep.
Let me see what this is.
Which one do you need?
I just want to get into the inspections.
Oh, yes. Okay. You want just the field report?
I want to be able to show them dropping pins.
Yep.
Or you could just do it on yours.
Either way,
All right. Are you sending to me?
I am.
Go.
You want me to send it by email or Slack?
Did you Slack it? I don't care.
Yeah, I
Whichever you
can
want.
Slack it. That's good. Um, what I'm sending you is starting from the sales module so that you can show the field reports from the sales module, and then you can open the sitemap from there, from the field report.
Go. So the reason that we built the drawing tool, one of the biggest reasons was that we knew we were going to redo the inspection process in Dataforma. So we're going to make it a lot easier to drop those pins, and in just the act of dropping those pins, it will build your inspection reports. Nothing else has to be done. We don't tell you what order to do stuff in. You can just walk around and drop stuff. So cool. Where do I go here, Amanda?
If you just click on one of those field reports, and then
Yeah.
one of the line items, you can click on like the pin icon for one of the line items.
Yep. So they just walk around, and this is a big, imagine this is a roof. They're just going to drop pins, right? Now, what we did is we made all of these pins tie to defects that are changeable by you, and then they group together. So now if I drop, I walk around and I see one, bad flashing, I can say, yep, drop a pin, bad flashing. It'll have a code, it'll bring over a defect, a description, all of that information. When I then find another one 200 feet away across the roof, I can say, oh, another one. And I can click on the first one and say, add more. And I can just drop another pin. It brings over all that information again. I can say like the measurement, if I know it's like 20 lineal feet, if I know that it's a quantity of one, there can be prices associated with these items. So now we're just going to drop field reports. And what Amanda shows here is that these field reports can even be part of an opportunity, because the field report can then build the proposal which goes to the client. Because we're now capturing information about costs with these, that is all going to happen. And I'll make a 5-minute video when I get this GitLab figured out to do this on our YouTube page. Because
if you want to show it, Brian, you'll just have to put yourself in drop mode if that's what you were trying to drop.
Tell me how.
Yep, if you click on the field report, click on that icon again, bring up the map, and then in the upper right-hand corner, put yourself in drop mode. That the middle button there. Yep, and then just drop. Yep, and then you
Yep.
can see the feature versus defect.
Sweet.
Yep.
Yeah. So you'll be able to have features. Thank you. I woke up in drop mode. So feature, defect, equipment. So there's going to be different even types. So is it an HVAC unit? Is it whatever the heck it is? There's a refrigerator on the roof, right? Or it's a feature, or it's a defect. So all of these are going to be searchable. And then the beauty is now when you go to the building file, you're going to see all of those items, all of those defects and features and et cetera on that roof. And then we're even going to make it where you have like a time-lapse video, so you can see over time where these defects occurred. So this inspection module, you're going to get the maintenance stuff like next month. A month and a half, 2 months after that, you're going to have the new inspection process. So that's the really, really cool one that I think people are going to love, because it not only benefits the people in the field, like we want to make it so simple that you can just hand them a phone and they can do your roof inspection. But what it also does is it makes it so if I'm in the office, I can see all these defects, I can sort through them, which ones have been resolved, which ones haven't. And now you can make decisions regarding that roof based off of all those pins that have been dropped. So We've had a ton of cool stuff come out this year. You can check it out by clicking on the help link and then the roadmap. So here's what we've done. And then underneath that, what's coming. Again, please don't try to stick us to a single date. That's just not realistic. But we are absolutely on track with 95% of this, and the ones that aren't, we're talking weeks and not months. And then more importantly, we've been able to iterate upon all of our upgrades directly afterwards. So we think we're keeping to all of our promises from last year's design summit. And then, this one should be really good too, this upcoming one. So that was everything on my list. Do we have questions today? Or are we good, Amanda?
Looks like we may have one that come in. From Shelly. Shelly wanted to say hello, friends. Shelly, this is my first view of the new inspection process. How cool is this update? And she said, P.S. Come see us at the Design Summit in October.
Plug away.
Yes. We actually had a few signups during the meeting, so thank you guys for doing that.
Really? Oh, hold on. Brian figured out his new password.
Yay.
All right, this is way better than what Amanda sent me. Amanda, you're fired. So
Okay.
here's what it's really going to look like. So one, mobile site tags on the building. So again, have you noticed, guys, with all of this stuff, we're using the screens better too. So again, kudos to our tech team because we didn't think of this stuff, meaning like Mark and I, but our tech team did. But now I'm just dropping pins, and it's gonna fill in all this info for you, right? And it's gonna fill in pricing stuff. It's gonna fill in comments, defect notes. We don't want them to have to do that crap. Now, if they want to make changes, they can. But I can just, if there's 10 of these penetrations, I can just drop 10 and see how it's the same color. It's grouping them together. So when I print a report, there's going to be 10. It's going to say 10 of this issue, right? And if they're $500 each, it's going to say $5,000 to fix. So much better than it was before. It's automatic. And then if I go away and come back and find another one, I can add another pin to this group, right? I don't have to create a new grouping of penetrations. Nope, I can just add to this. So it works awesome. It's slick. So much quicker on the front end for your guys in the field. And again, we try to be more in depth than a lot of systems. So simple on the front end, right? Make it so your guys in the field don't have to think too much. They can just do what they normally do. They know where they see issues. But then it captures a ton of background for you in the back end. So whatever you want to go in that report, it's going to go onto that report. And then what I talked about, here's going to be like the building file look. So I'm the service manager. I'm an admin person. I can sort of assess this roof. How many total tags? How many are done? Haven't been done, what have been done. I don't know what Amanda means by ignored. We'll probably ignore that and remove it. But here's like the ones that we haven't fixed yet. So I can scroll through and you see how it lights them up, right? So I can see and just show me all of the defects of this type, right? And then they would light up over here. So it just gives you a ton more information. And then imagine if you hit like time lapse, right, from 2 years ago, and all these disappear, and then they slowly pop up one by one, and the information, so you can see how these issues occurred over time. So I think this is awesome. And again, we're not talking about 6 months from now. We are talking about 2.5 months, 3 months from now, before this year, at the beginning of the next quarter, at the end of this quarter. We are talking about soon. So I think I saw a couple more. Samantha Roberts is so excited. Thank you. Love it. And then, are the building roof map uploaded into this portion? How are the building roof map uploaded? Do we need to upload a map? Oh, here's what you should do. So go to a building. You need the role. There's like a drawing or site tag role. But if you come into the site tags and then click this little button, it says draw new area. It allows you to capture that roof. And you can append that to a current roof area, or you could create a new roof area. So you just have to do it once. and now it's in there. So every time we drop site tags within this little area, it's going to attach to that roof area. So you can be able to see like, hey, we went out today, we found 12 defects, 8 were in the main area, 4 were in the overhang roof. The 8 from the main area are cost about $8,500, and the other 4 they cost about like $3,200, because it's going to know how to allocate them to each roof area. So again, this will be a cool thing. It'll be out before the design summit. You'll be able to mess with it a bunch before the design summit, and then absolutely we're going to discuss it and try to get information on the tweaks, because the information we got to upgrade the sales module was awesome. I mean, 90% of it was very constructive, and 90% of the 90% is probably being built into it as we speak. There's some awesome upgrades coming to the proposals. You're going to be able to send it to multiple people. You're going to have counter signatures. You're going to be able to edit the way the proposals look. We're going to get the template engine in there at a certain point. I mean, if you haven't noticed, there's color coding now when you look at the Kanban view, so you can see if we're behind or not. We're going to add little tasks to opportunities, so a really, really simple version of the task manager, like did we follow up, did we drop off the proposal, where the salesman can just click and say, yep, I did this. So that's why we love when you guys give feedback. We try to get, and obviously we can't do everything, but most of it is going in there. All right. I'm done. Good. Well, thank you, everyone. Like I said, I'm going to keep doing one a month. Pretty soon here, I'm also going to start incorporating other like industry people, just if there's a cool topic we want to go over. But I think I want to do a few more months where we just sort of show you what we've done. I think it's a great place for us to quickly show all the cool new stuff that we have out and recap what's about to come out as well. And I always try to keep these to 30 minutes so they don't steal too much of your time. But remember, you can go to the help link. The Dataforma download is in there. And then also on our YouTube page. All right, everybody. Have a great end to July. Thanks, Amanda.
Thank you, Brian.
Yep. Bye.